Hey everybody. You know what? Take two. Everybody, shut it down. Hey everyone. This is Garrett Burton with 8Z Real Estate. I'm here with Amber Burton of Bluebird Staging. And today we have Kendall Keil of Goosehead Insurance. He's been an insurance agent for 13 years?
Yeah, 13 years now.
13 years. He is a golfer, a crazy good golfer. He is a hunter. He's a fisherman. He's a gatherer. He's got 3 kids, a wife. They all love him. We're so happy to have you, man. Thank you for being here.
Well, that's a heck of an introduction. I got a lot to live up to.
It's my first intro, so I was hoping to nail it.
And you did.
Yeah, I think I got most of them. God, we haven't been golfing in years. I
don't golf as much as I used to with kids and work, but it's nice to get out here and there for sure.
I'm there with you, man. I mean, at least it shows in my golf game. I'm sure you get out there and it's riding a bike.
It's not like it used to be. Riding a bike with training wheels, maybe.
Yeah. Well, wife, do you want to take over since you're question master?
Yeah, we can just dive right in if you're cool with that, Kendall. No, I do have to ask you.
Cool? I hope it's cool. These are looking pretty hot.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything cool here besides my water.
How do you handle spice usually?
Depending on how hot it gets, I usually start crying.
Yeah.
At some point.
Do you like spicy food?
Yeah, I do. Actually, yeah. In all honesty, I do like spicy foods.
Mm-hmm.
So having some heat is good. Some of these look pretty darn hot, though. I mean, XXX. Like what? This one has a warning label regarding death on it.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, I'll give you a heads up. The bomb is pretty rough.
Yeah.
But once you get to that point, it's
you can't feel anything.
Exactly. Yeah, you're in shock. So.
Do you have your phone so you can kind of follow along?
Thank
see if there's any
you.
comments
Yes, I
and stuff?
will.
Oh,
And yeah, chime in if you guys have questions. Again, we love being able to chat with you guys throughout this whole thing. So, anywho, first off, we've got the classic. And I think a lot of these are brand new, so I'm really excited. This is their new classic. And they only gave us 29 wings instead of 30, so I'm going to do a fry on this one.
Oh, there you go.
You know. And we're just going to just dip it right on there. Shoot.
Your wife's hanging out with us. Hey, Sheree.
Oh, good. The kids are watching everything. They get to see Daddy get punished for once.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hold it over that.
There, sir.
Oh, nice. This actually sounds good.
This sounds pretty good.
This one
I
smells
like the
great.
classic.
Oh yeah, we haven't had the classic in a while.
I feel like I finished off the bottle the last time we had it. All right, so cheers. First swing.
Cheers. Here we go. One down.
Oh, it's not bad.
Mm-mm.
So, Kendall, you're an outdoorsman, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your favorite spot to fish and hunt in Colorado?
Well, I can't give up my favorite hunting spot.
Around Fort Collins?
But-
Cougar?
I mean, just being outside, I think, is a big part of it. Being outdoors, I just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've gotten older now with kids, I like experiencing that stuff with other people. Whether it's my friends or family or people doing it for the first time. That's the best. I mean, I've done it by myself. I'll still go on hikes by myself or go in the woods alone. But it's so much better to enjoy with others. And that's really where I get the enjoyment. And I've been able to experience a lot of it on my own. And now seeing other people do things for the first time, that's my favorite. So favorite spots in Colorado, I mean, the Steamboat area is always so pretty and a lot of fun, and so many trails up there. Same with North Park, lots of good fly fishing in the North Park area, and Delaney Buttes and Lake John, and I don't know, that's just kind of where I have been many times, and why I still consider home and like to run around in the woods in. So
Absolutely. I did my first and only so far backpacking trip, multi-day backpacking trip outside of Steamboat Springs, and it was incredible. It was like a 4-mile hike in, and it was I would say it's a pretty challenging trail, but of course I had to lug in a bottle of bourbon, and when I say I had to, I mean I chose to lug in bourbon, a 12-pack of beer.
You put a 12-pack?
So stupid.
oh gosh, that's so much extra.
Oh, it killed me, man. I think I tore something on the way down.
Gosh.
Just, yeah. But, I mean, it was the best like, outdoorsy thing that I've ever done.
Yeah,
It was
backpacking,
incredible.
getting away from everything. It's just, it's so nice. And we live in Colorado. And we have, like, the best state to do any of that in.
100%.
So it's like, all these fires right now. It's like scary. It's like, oh, that's my Colorado. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see it burning like that. But
Yeah.
that's the true beauty.
Shout out to all the firefighters out there
Yes,
working
That's
together.
right.
Thank you very much.
That one wasn't bad. That one was
That's
actually
good.
really good.
Nice
Yeah.
sweetness.
I would eat that.
Yeah,
normally.
we're not going to throw you in the deep end immediately.
Okay.
We're going to ease
We're
it
working
in.
our way up.
And feel free to throw the bones in there, whatever
Yeah.
works for you, man.
The next one we have, this one's a new one for us too. Jade Jaguar, this is 3600 Scoville.
Sorry, honey, what was the first one in Scovilles?
Oh, 1700.
Okay.
Scoville.
Okay.
So did we just double?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
So
Ooh,
what is like a
it's chunky boy.
jalapeno
Oh, boy.
or a
Oh,
habanero?
man. I'm really bad about it. I think a jalapeno is maybe 100 to a couple hundred. If anybody knows in the chat, let me know. I know the jalapeno is kind of it's pretty much the ground level for the Scoville
exactly.
unit, but
Shake that up a bit, but-
I don't know exactly. Hey, I got the phone. I can actually look it up. Oh, come on, baby bird.
I know it's a little bit of a chunky one, which I'm excited for actually. I feel like usually the runny ones are like the spicier to me.
Yeah, we'll see. Sometimes when
There
they
you
have
go.
those seeds and stuff in them, then they get
True.
pretty hot. Yeah.
If you want to throw some more on there, feel free. Honey. Figure we're in the basement. We're in the first 5, so might as well go a little harder on it. Really get the flavor in.
All right.
All right, number
Yeah.
2.
Mmm.
Oh, that's a good one too.
See, that was good. That was like a tomatillo.
Yeah.
That was enjoyable.
And Ethan chimed in. Jalapeno is 2,500 to 8,000 Scoville. Thanks, buddy.
man.
So we're still in there. We're in the jalapeno range. Cool.
Now that you've been in insurance for the 13 years, what kind of advice would you give to your first year, Kendall?
My young self. Wow. Gosh. A couple of things probably. One, don't be afraid to ask questions, more questions. Really try to learn more. Absorb as much as you can from these people that when I'm the new guy at that time and learning from all the people that had experience. Don't be quiet, don't be timid in that sense. Ask questions, be willing to learn more, and then also, just get out and network and meet people more. I mean, I love people. I'm a people person. Love talking to people. So in my earlier days, instead of just working 9 to 5 and going home and whatnot, go out and shake hands and develop those relationships. Those are probably the 2 big things. You can never learn too much, and learn from those successful people and ask questions. I think that's a big help into learning and growing your career in anything, really.
Well, like they say, surround yourself with successful people, and you
There you
yourself
go.
probably become successful.
And
Cool.
even more backstory. We've known Kendall since high school.
Yeah.
And since day one, I think you've been one of the guys that's easiest to talk to and one of the guys that's ready to make friends, meet new people. I remember when we lived together we called it the Bat Cave because we were in our early 20s, of course we did.
Yeah, we're really cool.
And we were, we were so cool. We threw a party and some of the full-on adult neighbors came over. A couple guys, they were just hanging out and they came over. And, we're kids, so some people are like, oh, what are the old guys doing here? They're probably our age. But Kendall, of course, was the first guy to go up, hey, what are you drinking? Let me get you a beer. Immediately, you were ready to just kind of let them feel invited and welcome. Still haven't forgotten that, because,
There you go. I love it. Yeah, thanks. I don't know. That's just who I am. I used to get in trouble in grade school for talking too much. And
Now
here I
it's a
am.
benefit.
All I do is talk. So
There we go.
There you go. Teachers will hold me back.
Right. All right. This next one we've got is the Fresco sauce, Chipotle, and Habanero.
Ooh, yum.
And this one is 12,400. So we're taking a leap right now.
Okay, a little more than jalapeno.
And Ethan did chime in again. He said a habanero is 150,000 to 380,000. Let me know if I'm getting those. No, yeah, 150,000 to 380,000. So,
Wow.
boy, I didn't realize
These are
that.
jalapeno in the dust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And our son Cash is in our bedroom, and he loves mommy's. Well, Amber inherited them from my mom, some old roller skates, So if you hear clanging and banging around, he's just roller skating around.
Yeah, he's not trying to not get me out of the closet.
We didn't lock him in or anything. Yeah.
He's not tied up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go.
3.
That one's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Almost like a smoky.
Kind of muted.
Smoky and garlic. I feel like the heat came on late.
Yep.
Like at first there was no heat. I was like, oh, this is nothing. And now it's getting warm. But that's still good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's definitely getting hotter now.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
So, help us kind of understand what your job is with insurance and why it's beneficial for someone to go through you for insurance.
Yeah, I kind of joke around that, people's second most trusted advisor, right? Your doctor's your first, he's going to keep you alive. I'm your second because I'm going to save your ass, I'm going to protect your ass. Mm-hmm. That's kind of my joke. Because we have things like this beautiful home and our jobs, our careers, our cars. Those are all the things that insurance protects. These are the things we work hard for and use every day. And if you get in a car accident or have a house fire, you need that protection. So then why use an agent? Why can't I just go and click online and use it? Well, one, in Colorado, there's no extra fees to use an agent.
Really?
So there's no extra cost. So why not use someone who specializes in that, right? Mm-hmm. You go to the doctor to get diagnosed, a prescription, and figure out what's wrong, and they prescribe you something. Well, I'm prescribing you what you need for insurance, and giving you that prescription that way. So different cars, different types of homes. Our society, especially Colorado, it's a very litigious state in the sense that if you do get in car accidents or slip and fall accidents, there's a lot of lawsuits and things like that. And in our state, they can go after up to, they can garnish up to 25% of your wages. If you have enough equity in your home, they can go after the equity in your home plus other things. So you have insurance in place to help protect against that. Mm-hmm. And obviously it's not free, but having advice of an insurance agent is free. Again, there's no extra fees for our services. And now having a wide array of companies, we can make sure we're getting you the better pricing for the coverage you need without trying to push one company. So it's been great.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That trusted advisor role is so important, especially when you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of coverage.
Oh,
yeah. That can, without going through you having that trusted advisor, could be the difference between having your wages garnished. Like that's incredible.
Yeah, I've seen it. Unfortunately, I've had to see that and hear about it or deal with it for people too, and a lot of times people say, oh, I got a great coverage. I hear that all the time. Oh, I got great coverage. I bought great coverage. Well, where did you get it? Oh, I got it online. And they think they have, maybe full coverage on their vehicle or extra coverage for glass, or they have, full replacement cost on their roof. And they don't actually realize it until they have a claim, and then it's a bad day for them when maybe if they talk to a professional, they would have got what they needed.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And do you mind if I?
Yeah.
My mom is asking. Hey, Mom.
Hi.
She's
Hey,
asking
Kitty.
if you sell life insurance.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a broker there as well. So
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, Mom. Call Kendall, Goosehead Insurance. If you need any contact information, let me know.
Okay, you guys ready for number 4?
Yes.
So this one is hotter than L.
There's a bunch that we've never tried this one, right? Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Exciting
For this
time.
Are these all local?
No.
Or Italian local?
No, we go through this website, heatness.com.
Cool. Okay.
They curate all the hot sauces for the show, hot ones that we randomly rip this off. I'm sure that was great on the mic, honey.
Sorry, guys.
So yeah, they're, I think, potentially international, actually, just the different sauces they get.
Mm-hmm. See, I guess with or maybe you already covered this, with Hot Ones, the YouTube show that they do, they go through a guy with Heatness, and he helps them choose their lineup every season.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
This one's chunky. We got another chunk, guys.
Yep, and so this
We're on
one,
the
hotter
board.
than L, is 39,000 Scoville.
Okay. So we're not even to habanero yet, technically,
That's wild.
based on
Yeah.
Ethan's numbers.
heating up, though.
Yeah, they are.
All right.
Mmm.
Man, that one was really sweet in the beginning, I felt like. But again, the heat is coming on at the end.
Yeah, made me almost think of a strawberry or something.
I know.
Up front. That was...
It's actually really good, but totally different.
Boy, but it's...
Maybe it's got carrots and diced tomatoes in here, so maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
a combination of those.
But it is getting... it is getting a little hotter.
What is something
Yeah.
about insurance that would surprise somebody?
That would surprise somebody. Oh, that's a good question. I feel like I've seen all the surprises. Well, yeah, I mean, you can just about insure anything. I don't quite do everything, but you can, insure collectibles and musical instruments and, of course, jewelry, watches, furs. You can insure your pets now. There's all types of pet insurance. So I think the amount of things that you actually can get coverage for surprises people. That's a big one. I don't quite do the pet stuff, but collectibles, jewelry, we do all that. But that's always a big surprise. All the standard stuff, home auto, boat, motorcycle, that's pretty normal.
There's... Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. There's been stories throughout the years of models insuring their butt or their thighs. There's action stars insuring their fists or some junk like that. Is that a real possibility? Is that something?
I don't do that, but it is. So
Really?
a little history of insurance. The big company that people may have heard of when you can insure a body part, like maybe a surgeon insuring his hands, or a famous movie star, actor, or actress insuring.
Beyonce with her legs. Or
There you
something.
go.
Okay, there you
You
go.
hear of Lloyd's of London. Okay, and that's really where insurance started. There was 7 Lloyds many years ago, and they were insuring stuff going back and forth on ships from England to the United States. Way back in the 16 and 1700s, they were having tobacco product and cotton product come back, and they were losing it. In a big, maybe an iceberg before the Titanic was around, or a terrible hurricane at sea, and they would lose those goods. So these Lloyds, the 7 Lloyds, started kind of insuring product for a charge to these shipping companies. And now today, that company is still called Lloyd's of London, and they do all types of specialty high-risk stuff. I actually do use them for high-risk homes and fire areas and stuff, actually, even not too far from where the fire is up the Poudre Canyon. So I do use them, but even some of the terminology they started using, we still use today in insurance, which is funny enough. But it does exist.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Something else to know about Kendall is he has always been a font of knowledge, whatever that term is.
That's true.
It was, anytime we'd hang out, just the breadth of knowledge that you have over just the most meaningless stuff. I mean, Grant, of course,
It's wonderful
that
to hear.
was relevant, interesting, but I remember you'd spout off some factoid, and I'd be like, how could you ever possibly know
I
that?
don't know either sometimes.
And in case somebody hasn't seen any of these videos before, if you're watching the video, feel free to chat in a question. I'm monitoring the chat. That's half the fun of this, is kind of getting to get people's questions. I know my mother's already been chatting in a little bit. Do you want me to read the...
Yeah, she had an interesting one.
Yeah. So this is Kitty again, Mom. Do you recommend that parents buy life insurance when their children are young? I understand that some of those policies can be converted into a policy your children can carry on as an adult.
Yes, there's quite a few convertible options on life insurance for children. One big reason to buy a policy at a young age is just for the insurability factor. As we all get older, we deal with different health concerns, whether it just be something simple like our weight, or things like different cancers, diabetes, things of that nature. So getting a child a life policy when they're healthy before anything is diagnosed or found can be a huge benefit. And then, of course, when you're younger and healthier, it's always more affordable. With life insurance, the older you get, it just gets more and more costly. So also when it's that affordable, that means your cost is low, and there's some products available that build cash value, or that you can pay extra in so you have more cash building up, almost like a savings account. I even had people use those as to help pay for their kids' college and things like that, or have money for them to put down for their first home, because those are all little benefits that you can use, and it grows tax-free in a life insurance policy as well. So there's a lot of different options there with the different companies. So great question, but it's definitely something worth researching and looking into. Many people look at 529 plans for their kids to save for college. Of course, there's restrictions on those depending on what college you go to, or if they don't go to college. Where a life insurance policy, that cash value you can access anytime, tax free.
Really?
So that's a big benefit to a lot of people.
Very nice.
I have to look into that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And we got some more questions coming in, but how about we...
Yeah, let's go another wing, and then, So we're at number 5, Los Calientes.
Okay. I think we're doing pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually one of my favorites, too.
5 and 6 is still pretty good. I think, like, the back 4 is when it really gets you.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna...
Yeah. So this one is 49,000 Scoville. All right.
Atta girl. Dig deep.
Yeah.
Make bad choices.
But this one's actually really enjoyable. I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's fantastic on eggs.
Yeah, I put it breakfast.
Yep.
That's a big wing, too. Just smells good, too.
All right. That one is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My green chili on my eggs in the morning. That's that's
absolutely.
really good.
So what is insurance that's usually offered to somebody but it's not really necessary? Like if they went to, some other agent, because I know how you've already talked to us about it, but...
I don't even know if unnecessary is, but you see people, again, whether they go online or use someone inexperienced, take home insurance, for example. With insurance companies, and when you're properly insuring your home, we're trying to insure it for rebuild costs. Of course, if you take any home and you put it on a couple acres on a lake with a view of the mountains, it's going to sell for more, but it still costs us the same to rebuild it, right? So the proper coverage on a house doesn't necessarily have to be the purchase price. It also needs to be enough to rebuild. So over time, weekly, I see all types of crazy numbers people are insuring their homes for, sometimes way too much. And it's like, why would you have this much coverage on a house like this when you live on 17 acres? We don't have to cover the 17 acres.
Makes sense.
Or the same time someone gets a killer rate, but then it's insured for half of what it should be. So I see it both ways. Well, that's a big one, is that amount of coverage on the home. Well, there's simple tools in our business that we can use to get accurate coverage amounts, and it's just funny to see almost a lack of effort there by some agents, just typing in a number to move on, and that's not our job.
Got it. Well, I think somebody was chiming in. Someone asked. Let's see. Why do companies say they can't beat USAA? Ethan wants to know.
Well, unfortunately in Colorado, USAA has not been trending well price-wise.
Really?
Part of that is just because they have had a large market share. With the military bases in Colorado Springs and military families all the way up to Cheyenne with the base up there, they've had a large market share. They have a lot of clients. Well, with all the hailstorms and wind and hail the past 5 or 6 years, they have had a ton of claims and a lot of loss. So they've had tremendous rate increases. That doesn't mean their products are bad or that their service is bad. But they have filed for rate increase after rate increase, unfortunately. But a lot of those people and those military family members and people serving us, they love them because they get great service and great products. I can say, with a fact, USA was number 1 6 years in a row in what we call the NPS, like the National Producer Score. It's like a survey score. You know, all those surveys these companies do. Well, they were number 1 for 6 years. Well, Goosehead beat them in 2018, again in 2019, and we're on pace to do it again this year. So we're the new number 1.
That's fantastic.
So I'm pretty proud of that.
That's
I would
incredible.
too.
Yeah.
That's congrats. That was
Yeah,
so cool.
we're number 1, so
Heck
it's
yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah. Get out of here, USA. Not top dog anymore.
All right, you guys want to do number 6?
Yes. Yes,
These
absolutely.
are so like, well, I say easy so far, but
I know, now I'm starting
this
to
one
get
I'm kind of
scared.
nervous. This one's got seeds in it. So.
Yeah.
The Reaper, 72,000 Scoville. We'll see. Maybe I don't want to go as heavy on this one. We'll see. I'm not going to be a pansy or anything, but sorry guys, I keep clicking the
Oh,
bowl.
wow. That smells, what would that be? Like adobo or something up front?
Yeah.
Kind of smoky.
Trying to play it off like it's nice. This doesn't look nice.
Doesn't.
It doesn't smell nice either. I mean, it smells like it's going to be kind of tasty, but
that's
I
got to
feel
be
like it's gonna
the darkest just behind the bomb. And
It is dark, yeah.
That's what's making me nervous right now. All right. Yep, here we go.
uh-oh.
That one burns.
That one's hot.
Boy.
That one's hot from the start.
Boy. Oh, boy.
That one is smoky, though, too. That smokiness.
I wonder if that smokiness accentuates the heat or something, because I swear the smoky ones always
I know. Wow.
destroy me.
That's only 72,000. We got ways to
Yeah.
go.
And if Sharon Taylor's still watching, hey Sharon, old associate of mine, coworker of mine, she's the best. Miss you. Hope your family's doing great. Oh goodness, Sharon. What are we doing, Sharon?
All right, Kendall. So, what's the craziest claim you've ever heard, or a time when insurance might have been extremely useful to the person?
There's been some crazy claims. Of course, over the years, you think you hear it all, and then there's always something else. This one, don't mean to get sad or dark, but I had a client just a couple years ago call me up and let me know, like, hey, we have a shed. I have power to my shed, and he's just talking casually, like it's no big deal. Hey, you know, I got a power line to the shed, and it was a bad windstorm, and it blew the shed over. I'm like, oh, okay, well, wind is covered, no problem.
Sure.
Oh, we can fix that. Well, the shed landed on that power line. I'm like, oh, you guys out of power at the house? No, it actually landed on the power line, and then the shed caught on fire.
Holy smokes.
Oh, gosh. Well, I mean, that's covered too. We cover fire, you know? No problem. And he's like, yeah, well, it burned up. And the sad part, again, not trying to be grotesque here at all, but then he's like, well, the dog kennels were in the shed. And it's just like, oh my gosh. But this gentleman was just telling me, like, so nonchalantly, like, yep, this happened and that happened. Yep. That's it. So
Just gradually got
it was
worse
just like,
and worse.
oh, it went from wind to fire to the pets. It's
Really
like, well,
buried the lead there.
This was terrible.
Man, that's hard.
Oh.
There's all types of crazy stuff, from cars landing in someone's swimming pool.
Whoa.
You know, 4th of July can be an interesting time in the insurance industry.
Oh, I bet.
From fires or lighting a firework off in your house and having something bad happen. We've had all those.
Wow.
So a moose, you know, with all the wildlife in Colorado and me being outdoorsman, we've had our share of animal claims. I had someone hit a moose a few years ago, and that was a terrible claim. But whenever you think, you're like, wow, that was the craziest thing, 6 months later, there's something that tops it.
Right?
Yep.
Have you noticed kind of like what time of year, around what holiday is the most busy? Is it usually the 4th? Or?
You know,
New
the
Year's,
winter is
or-
actually hail season, so May to April, or May to August, that's hail season.
Oh, okay.
So with living on the Front Range, when is it going to happen? You know, hail is going to happen, so we're just waiting. You know, when is it? And that big storm comes through, and the phones just ring for days for hail claims. Going into winter, whether it's sprinkler systems or rental properties or secondary homes, that November cold snap that hits unexpectedly, boom, frozen pipes.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
absolutely.
And then always a few in the spring, come March or April, when people turn them back on. They didn't realize that there was a crack or a burst. All of a sudden they turn it on in April and there's water everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the big claims seasons,
Yeah.
we'll say.
Any other questions or
No questions yet. But
how you doing? My mouth's on fire right now.
I'm trying to pretend mine isn't, but it is.
I'm gonna say you're doing really great.
It's
'cause
pretty hot.
That's
Keeping your composure.
that was a surprise. That was a good one.
My lips are numb, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one will be interesting. This one's Thor's hammer. 121,000.
Oh, so it's getting up there. My little boy Jackson, he loves Thor. This is
Oh,
for you,
really?
bud.
Oh,
that's
there we
for
go.
you,
Thor
Jackson.
and the Hulk, yeah, we've been watching all the Marvel stuff.
Nice.
Oh man,
So that's another dark colored one. This thing's gonna be hot.
I know. Why do I keep going? Like a lot.
Yeah, I never feel like you had a match.
It doesn't even say hot
Yeah,
sauce.
we'll
It
do
says super hot sauce. Why not?
Yes.
Well, it's just below the bomb, so I'm sure it's.
But
It's
it's
not gonna be
truth
pretty.
in advertising. Yeah. Yeah, we got some gnarly ones this time, man.
Yeah.
That
Oof, that.
work. I'm still
Oh,
not
gosh.
recovered from the last one. That one's still sizzling. All right.
It's just, power through.
Yep.
Power through. Yeah, that was getting hot.
Good boy.
Eyes are immediately watering.
Yeah.
What are some claims someone should call about but probably doesn't think to utilize to maximize their benefits?
Well, let's see. Windshield stuff. A lot of people. We live in Colorado with dirt roads, and they put rocks all on the roads in the winter. Sorry, this is hot.
Yeah. Huh.
That was a hot one.
Some people are afraid to file that windshield claim or that rock chip claim. Those aren't going to hurt your rates with the vast majority of carriers. So go ahead, get that rock chip filled, get your windshield. You pay for insurance. One thing, like going back to the hail claims, with that there are some great roofers in the area, but there are also a lot of storm chasers and people coming and trying to get that business, showing up from out of state, knocking on doors, and people say, "Yeah, sure, go ahead," and sign something they shouldn't. Don't ever do that. Always call your agent, get a good local reputable roofer to look at it first, and don't just file a claim either just because hail came through or you want someone to look at it. If you want someone to look at it, if you file a claim, it's a claim on your record, even if it's $0. So that's something people forget, that claim, even though nothing was paid out, if they come out and say, your roof was fine, you file a claim, had an adjuster out there, it's on your record. So talk to your agent first, get a good reputable roofer to look at that before you take those next steps. So those are kind of the two big ones, I'd say. Wow, that one's definitely
Boy,
warmer.
that one is brutal. Yeah.
Somebody had a...
Yeah,
I
so
left the fun zone.
I know, we're in the danger zone. So my mom posed another question. Thank you, Mom. I'm gonna stumble through it as I salivate because it's so. Oh man, this is awful. As I get closer to Medicare age, do you offer a service that helps me determine which supplemental plan would be best for me? There are so many out there, and it gets confusing.
I would agree with all that. I don't do the health insurance realm or the supplemental health insurance realm, but I do have someone that I met years ago that I've referred a lot of my clients to. So I'd be happy to connect you with them. And that's all they do. They don't do any other types of insurance. They only do supplemental Medicare folks for 55 or insurance plans for 55 and over. So I'd be happy to get you in touch with them, and they'll be able to help you with all those needs.
Oh my gosh.
That was hot.
Jeez,
That was
please.
really hot. My eyes keep they're fine, and then all of a sudden everything just starts leaking again.
Like I'm not even crying. It's just I'm sweating right under my eyeballs.
I just want to keep powering through, but woo!
You're doing excellent, by the way.
You
My
got
nose
such
is
a
running
poker
pretty
face
good.
right now, huh?
I'm trying.
Oh,
I put it on the roof of my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everywhere it hit, it's just burning right now.
that one I do feel like it tasted better than the one before that.
Yeah.
Or at least it had a little
More flavor.
little more complexity
It
of
did,
flavor,
yeah,
not
I
just
would agree.
smoky.
I will not stop leaking right now.
So are we on 7 or 8?
We're on 7.
No, 8. That's 8, isn't it? 9, 10.
2, 3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 8.
We're on 8.
God,
Okay.
I can count.
Almost.
Gosh, that one is freaking hot.
So that one was only 121,000. The bomb is 135,600. 135,600. I don't want to do this. Okay.
We've had that hot sauce for
12 years. No, I'm kidding.
definitely over a year,
You had it that long?
and we never use it.
Except for this.
You're about to, yeah. I think we
Now,
just started this whole show just to get rid of that hot
Oh
sauce.
my god.
I would not go very heavy on this one. They say like a drop will do it. That's probably too much even.
Really?
I'll do what you do. Whatever you do.
Me?
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, you're gonna suffer.
Apparently,
Yeah.
apparently so am I. Thanks, friend.
No need to.
Jeez almighty.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. We got this.
Do this?
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Mm. Oh,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the flavor's not even good.
no. The one before this was hot, but I did like that flavor.
Yeah.
This one, it doesn't even taste that. Doesn't taste like it's just pure heat.
Which I never knew what pure heat tasted like before that. Whew. Is it smart to bundle with the same insurance company?
99% of the time it is. For a few reasons. The big one is discounts. We all like saving money.
Right.
And all the big A-rated companies, they're going to give your home insurance a discount for having your car with them, and your cars get a discount for having your home. That's always the big one, is the discounts. But a lot of companies are starting to do more incentivizing to thank you and earn your business. A few carriers will do something like, if you have your home and auto with us and your home and cars are damaged in the same claim, that's hot, like a hailstorm. So your car's in a driveway, hailstorm comes, your home and vehicles are all damaged in the same storm, they'll waive the deductibles on your cars since you're bundled with them. Dang it, that's hot, I'm sorry.
No, take your time.
But the big one on the back end that a lot of people don't see that us agents do is, let's say you do have 2 or 3 or 4 claims, and now you're in that realm where maybe the insurance company is thinking of non-renewing you or saying, go somewhere else. Sorry, you had too many claims. When you're bundled and they see you spending that much money and having all these other items insured, they are way more likely to keep your business and keep you on the books than to push you off. If you just have home only with them and you've had 3 or 4 home claims in 5 years, they're going to say goodbye.
Really?
Jeez almighty.
Yeah.
That one was not pleasant.
Oh my gosh. Whew. Are you guys ready for Monoloco? Or
Yes.
do we have another question?
No. Just Shree's laughing at all of us, I think, but probably especially you, Kendall.
I believe it. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this one will be interesting. Monoloco is 665,000.
What?
Yeah,
We just went from
35.
135 to 606.
Yeah.
Jeez almighty. This is where I start crying.
Grab a wing.
Whew.
I don't think I'll be able to even taste it. Yeah, buddy.
How much did you do? Gosh, dang it.
Bit of a drizzle. Oh man.
I'm so afraid of this. $6.65.
It smells good.
I'm telling you, in our experience, the bomb is the worst of the worst because it's just, excuse me, it's just heat.
We're just about done, buddy. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
It's hard to even taste it from.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of like a sunburn on a sunburn.
Mm-hmm.
That one actually did have some flavor in the beginning.
Yep.
Oh, holy crap, it's getting hot.
Whew. What would you want to tell people?
No, don't do this. Don't do the hot wings, Josh. That's all. Do like the first 5 and call out sick.
What would you want to tell people if about the first steps in investing?
Investing, I used to do more of that, and I don't as much anymore. But I think we all get so emotional with our investing or watching the stock market. And I really like seeing the news. It's going up and doing well, and I hate it when it's doing bad. And it's just such an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
That's honestly where I love real estate. And using stuff like you, investing in properties where you can buy a rental property and have someone paying that mortgage for you by paying you rent.
Absolutely.
And paying that down. And if the market goes up or goes down, it doesn't matter. You got it rented and you're not selling it. So that's a lot more, less worrisome. But if you can take your emotions out of investing, talk to some people, follow some good basic principles, and really just start saving. Just start putting money away. Just, oh my gosh. Putting anything away is just a good start to saving. And let it sit there. Let it grow. It's going to do its thing. If we look over long periods of time, the average index or the average return on the S&P 500, I think, is what, 12, 13% over the last 60, 70 years. So, yeah, there's bad years in there. But if you don't touch it, it's going to do its thing.
Yeah.
That's so hard for all of us. I'm bad at it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where also diversify, buy some rental properties.
There you go.
I think you'll have less gray hairs doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
than the other.
Go through this guy if you want to buy the rental properties.
Yep, that's going to be in our future here. Hopefully not too far down the road is getting into our first investment properties.
In the next 10 years, at least.
Oh, yeah, at least.
Oh,
I'll
man.
buy you one for your birthday.
Here we go. I don't know. That's January, so.
Yeah.
Whew.
You know what I just realized? I don't think we've ever told people that they could quit if they wanted to. I think we've just kind of done this, and we never really told them
That's
that
true.
quitting is an option. Cause
You guys didn't see it, but they had me sign a waiver before I sat down, saying
They're
if I
not
die, then
responsible.
they're not responsible. I'm
We
the
have
idiot
good life
doing this.
insurance,
This
Kendall.
is-
There you go. Yeah.
I honestly think this is probably, if not the toughest one, like it's up there, top 2.
To me, this is the back 4 or 5 has been.
This is it. This is the last one, huh?
Yep. So the last stab, Triple X, 2 million Scoville.
2 million?
Oh yeah.
What?
But you got to believe me when I say it's not as bad as it sounds, which is crazy because it is 2 million. But I don't know, they balance it somehow really well on this one. And there we go.
Jeez, oh my.
I'm sorry.
Just enough to hurt. Oh, did you? You went a little harder
We
than
actually
me?
didn't wrap. Usually you know,
That's a good point.
douse it and then you add the little
All right,
dab.
I'll add a little more then.
You don't have to.
No, for calling me out.
You're going to add more?
The pressure's on because his wife put more on than he did.
Oh, yeah. Geez, Amber, you did a bunch. I can't.
That's another thick sauce, but I like the taste of this one too.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah. First one, the 5th one, and this one, they're all
There
made
we
by
go.
hot ones. And,
All
yeah.
right. I did it like Amber, hopefully.
All
I
right.
like it.
All right, I'm catching up.
Oh, I can smell it from here. Holy smokes, this is hot. Holy cow.
all right.
This is pure death. like much about that one.
No, I'm not a fan. That's fair.
It wasn't as bad. When I had 2 million Scovilles in my head, it seemed like
A lot more than
ridiculous. It's still really.
Yeah, it's not an everyday sauce, that's for sure.
So, what are the benefits of being a broker compared to having just one company?
Yeah, that's been a tremendous benefit. Being with Goosehead and having so many carriers and companies. Oh.
Take your time.
Each company, you know, they all have their actuaries, their wizards behind the computer figuring out what types of homes or what types of drivers that they like. They have, they have their niche. Each company has their niche. Mm-hmm. So when you have one company, you're working with their niche, and you can only write so much business with them. They just have their limitations. So when you have 24 or 25 companies like I do, I have all the niches. Mm-hmm. So I'm not trying to sell one company either or trying to make a product work for somebody when it's not going to. I just go to a different carrier and a different product and find them what they need. So it's been hugely beneficial, not only for my clients, but for myself and my business too. But I have clients with multiple policies, and each policy is with a different company. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So they're all still with me, but now I'm finding them the products they need and also for the best pricing for that product and coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And got some questions to catch up on here. Again, from my mother. She says, do you recommend taking pictures or video of the contents in your home and saving the picture/video someplace safe? Or does having a written list of items and their purchase cost suffice?
That's always something that people deal with in the event of a total loss, like a tornado or a fire. The main big ticket items like couches and TVs. If you say you have X number of couches from American Furniture Warehouse, or you have a 50-inch Sony TV, they pretty much take your word for it. When you start getting the specialized, or maybe some antique furniture or some higher end stuff or custom stuff or chandeliers, it's definitely a good idea to document that stuff. And what is the replacement cost? Maybe you bought something 5-10 years ago, or if it's an antique and it's 80, 90, 100 plus years old, it's really tough to properly evaluate that stuff. And of course, some of that stuff has value, collectible value. If you have Tiffany chandelier or sconces in your house, those are going to sell for a lot of money probably. Mm-hmm. So having those documented and listed, or photos, that always helps. Putting that stuff on a flash drive, putting it in a safe deposit box, sending it to your insurance agent. Those are all good ideas to document the items in your house that might need to be replaced.
Makes sense.
Okay. Cherie's praying for us. Thank you, Cherie. Elric's late to the party. And your wife also asked how often somebody should shop for their insurance. Should shop around.
Yeah, that's a good question. Most companies the big A-rated companies are pretty stable in the sense that there's not drastic changes every single year. Now, again, that happens depending on if we have big fires or a lot of hailstorms and things change. But usually rates are stable enough with all the big carriers that 3 to 5 year mark seems to be the number where we start saying, okay, rates are starting to climb up with this company. It's time to shop and move you to another company. Every year, they usually just don't change enough from year to year, especially if I shop 24 companies for you and I put you at the cheapest one, and if it goes up $50 for the whole year next year, well, I already had you at the cheapest one, so it's probably still the cheapest if it only changed $50. But again, that 3 to 5 year mark seems to be when we start seeing either new companies come in with some great rates, or those other companies start to have a bunch of claims experience with fires and hail and start having some changes.
Okay, very nice.
It's good to know.
And Corey hopped in, Corey Bernhardt with Bernhardt Vision.
Hello.
It says, I remember crying with Kendall eating hot wings in Portland. He's a graceful crier. And where did you guys eat wings in Portland, by the way? Do you remember?
Gosh, that's been a long time ago.
We
ate and drank a lot of different things in Portland.
We went to a place in Denver this past weekend called Fire on the Mountain.
Oh,
and
gosh.
I believe they've got if they're not from Portland, they have a restaurant in Portland as well. And
So
they were incredible. Probably the best wings I've ever had. Anyway, haven't tried to get any sponsors. Fire on the Mountain, please sponsor us.
Yeah.
I do remember Voodoo Donuts in Portland.
Oh, man. I don't know that I've ever had... Maybe I've had Voodoo once. I think we were out in Seattle and there was a Voodoo out there.
Some very cool, creative stuff. They might even have a
I think they have
place
one
in
in
Denver now.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. We go.
Yep. And, Corey asked, I may have missed this earlier, but would you recommend term life insurance over universal/cash value plans?
Well, there's a big, always a big conversation out there about that. A lot of people looking to invest and spend money have bought into the Dave Ramsey books and advice, and he's a big proponent of buy term and invest the difference, because term insurance is cheaper on a sense of a monthly payment. When you look at the monthly payment you're making, term insurance is cheaper than a permanent plan. The problem is a lot of people don't invest or save the difference. And the whole life and universal life permanent plans save that for you and build a cash value. But also just determines, what you need. I use myself, for example. I have both. I bought a permanent plan when I was young, and I've had it enforced this whole time, and it is scheduled to last forever. Even if I live to 120 years old, and it's going to build a cash value. So at some point, if I decide I don't want it, I can cancel it and keep that cash. Well, then, as I grew in life and I got married and I had kids, well, then I bought a term policy. I said, well, I need more coverage now, but I have kids and I really want this protection only for a certain time, and that time being really until my kids are out of the house and all that. So I did a 25-year term plan, or a 30-year, I can't even remember, but now I have more coverage currently, but I have the term plan serving its need at a lower cost, but then it'll end at some point and down the road. But then I'll have a permanent plan, so I still have coverage forever, but also a blend of that cash value and flexibility too. So you can't go wrong with either. A lot of it is budgetary. Some people will see that monthly payment on a whole life or universal life plan. They just say, I don't want to spend that much per month. That's okay. Term plans are still going to provide you the protection, but again, they're going to end. And the one thing I see there in the term plans is, you buy a 20-year plan. I'm 34 years old now. We're all about the same. So when that ends, we're going to be 54. And maybe our kids are not out of the house, or maybe we still have a mortgage that we want protected. So now you come to me again, and now you're 54 years old, and we're older, we're fatter, we're not as healthy. And that life insurance at age 54 is going to be a lot more costly, even for that term plan, than it is when we're at 34. Where a permanent plan, it's locked in.
Oh.
So even though it's more now, it's the same price forever.
Okay.
So that's kind of the benefit there. So when you really got to extrapolate and look at that whole picture. But there's no wrong answer, but it's just each and everybody's needs are different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why you got to go to a trusted advisor like Kendall, absolutely, because, you could Google all you want, but until you sit down with somebody, talk about your needs, your wants, your dreams for the future, and then you can help them to balance priorities. That's... it doesn't cost any extra money, but even if it did, it'd be worth the cost, absolutely, to actually have a decent plan set out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Elric says, does dash cam footage have more value rather than just proof in insurance claims when you withhold that info at the... Sorry, let me read through this, make sure I can... Dash cam footage have more value rather than just proof. Insurance claims when you withhold that info at the time of the accident to catch someone in a lie. Okay, interesting. So Elric's asking if you have dash cam footage of an accident rather than just the damage as proof. In insurance claims, when you will withhold that info at the time of the accident to catch someone in a lie. So sounds like this potentially hypothetical or real life situation. There's an accident. Somebody had dash cam footage but didn't disclose that. The person said that this happened in the accident. They then presented that dash cam footage to say, no, this is actually what happened.
With the dash cam stuff, that's a newer thing, a newer technology that a lot of people are starting to do. Obviously we're in Colorado, but different states are having different regulations on how legal or illegal or how you can use it or not use it. And a lot of insurance companies are kind of waiting for legislature or for things to become illegal and fixated nationwide, because most of these big companies do business across the whole country, not just here in Colorado. So they're kind of waiting in the sense that, will they use it if they have that footage to try to determine a claim? If you have it, they'll probably take it and try to look at it. Are they going to search out or ask for it? Probably not. They'd so much rather look at a police report and see, were the police called? What did the police say? Let's look at the incidents. Are there any traffic cameras in this intersection? So the dash cam stuff is still kind of new to them. Keep in mind, insurance companies in general are slower moving, conservative investment style. If you look at a portfolio of a large insurance company and what their cash is and what they invest in, it's all super conservative based. They don't want to lose money. They don't want to risk money. Insurance is all managing risk. So when they have the unknown, they always step back and say, no, let's wait on that and get more data. Let's have this for a longer period of time. So at the same time, if they see you're purposely holding information back to try to catch somebody in the lie, they're not going to like that either.
Yeah.
That's never going to look good on you or the person. Even though you say, hey, I caught them in a lie, if you're doing yourself on purpose to catch somebody, they're probably going to be less apt to want to work with you as well. Because now, what are you holding back from them? What are you not telling them?
Absolutely.
But that's still a new technology. We've seen some companies, again, take that information. Some also just kind of say, we got the police report. We're going to use this.
Great. Ulrich, hopefully I didn't butcher that question too much for you. Last thing is, your wife says that Jackson is never leaving, and you should have done a 40-year term plan for him because he's staying forever.
I'm kicking him out.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Episode 4 of the Wing Challenge.
Yeah, thank you, Kendall, for being a
Thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks for torturing me. I really appreciate it.
Where can they find you on social media?
I Facebook, obviously, Kendall Keil, Goosehead Insurance, website too. My office is in Fort Collins, 970-829-8141. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Fantastic. Wife, where can they find you?
Same. I've got an Instagram for Bluebird Staging and Design. I've got Facebook. You can email me, bb_staging@yahoo.com. And yeah.
To find me, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Pretty much just look up Garrett Burton, AT Real Estate. More or less, you'll find me. If you go to at.com, you'll find my profile there. And if you need to look for some homes, text me or email me, and I'll set you up with my specific website where you can search for homes either in Northern Colorado, Denver Metro. Let me know. Happy to help. But thank you again, guys.
Yeah,
thank you
thanks
again,
so much,
Kendall.
guys.
Really appreciate
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you again next month. Bye.